Show me who you are and fill me with your love. Hear my coffee pot percolating. I don't know if it's percolating. I think percolating is the process that certain coffee makers, I don't know if you know what I mean, bring the water up through some tube and then splash it out and drip it down. Maybe that's what's happening. Maybe that's percolating. But I'm picturing percolating in one of those old metal coffee makers. Good morning, Fred. And I have a Mr. Coffee over there. And I'm just hearing it finish up right now. And I'm smelling the hazelnut coffee that I've yet to try. It's kind of an overcast morning here in Appleton, Wisconsin. I'm gonna try and light this candle with a short candle. I don't know why. I actually bought a long candle for this very purpose. But just now, out of being stubborn, I'm gonna do it with this. I did it. Yay. Yay me. I did it. So I've got my candle lit, got my ice water. Got my phone, got my audience, whatever my audience is going to be. Something's missing. Oh, yeah. This show is called Coffee with Ken. Hello, Andrew. Somebody just said Wisconsin is the worst part of Canada. Hello, Lorraine. To me, okay, I mean, I get the joke. I get what you're saying. I'm a lifelong resident of the suburbs of Chicago. And I kind of always looked at Canada as a relative to the north. But I never really considered it Canada because, again, it does not touch Canada. You could say that about Minnesota. You could almost say it about Michigan because the UP is pretty darn close to Canada. It's right along Lake Superior. But Wisconsin has states that border it between Canada and itself. So I've never really considered Wisconsin. Like I mean, maybe if I was still back in Chicago and I was trying to get in an argument with a Wisconsinite, but it never happened. But I guess I could see going there and saying, you guys should just go become part of Canada. But I'd never really thought it. So, good morning, good morning. Good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. It is Thursday morning. It is 6:13 a.m. It is June 25th. Happy Thursday. This is a little show I have been doing, good morning, Taz, for quite some time. It is a show about me talking, show about me sharing some feelings, sharing a little bit about the ups and downs we have in life, sharing some of the lessons I learned as I charged down my path, the path that has brought me from the suburbs of Chicago to sobriety, to, I don't know, doing this, being a content creator, to married to divorced, to having 2 kids and 1 ex-wife, and then 3 kids, and then 4 kids and 2 ex-wives, to various jobs, various states, various modes of transportation. It's been pretty interesting, I think. Good morning, Oliver. Thank you, Lorraine. Lorraine said, don't forget to hit the thumbs up, guys. What a sweetie. Uh, Fred, it is a cool apartment. It's a really cool apartment. But anyway, for those that have been watching a while, you know, this is not just a show about me talking. You know, it is also a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And with that in mind, I'm doing this part of the intro not at the best time, because I normally say, with that in mind, I've got a nice hot cup of coffee in front of me, and I'm so excited to have my first sip. But the problem is, as you can see, I do not have a nice hot cup of coffee in front of me. I do have a very full pot of coffee, and today we're drinking the Black Rifle hazelnut coffee. Look at that scary little squirrel with a stick about to smash those hazelnuts. I'm excited about it. They describe, drop the nuts, back away slowly, and forget you ever saw this place, is what it reads on the back of the Black Rifle hazelnut coffee. Tell you, it's nice. I haven't had any flavored coffee in a while. And the smell of the hazelnut, I got out of bed and started the coffee and kind of drifted about my morning, but the smell of the hazelnut was really nice. So as I was saying, with that in mind, I have a nice hot cup of coffee in front of me. I don't know if you can see the steam. Assume the steam's coming off. But I'm excited to have my first sip, and my hope is wherever you are and whatever you're doing, that you have a hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. It's nice. I mean, it's really nice. Oh, I'll tell you what, I've had a lot of hazelnuts, and it's been a while since I've had one. I tend to go for other flavors. I don't think Black Rifle sells other flavors. Maybe they do. This is my first time buying a bag. I made a goal the other day to get to the store and buy some. I'd been intrigued. It almost has a nice, smooth aftertaste. It's kind of hard to describe. I might be a fan. I might be a fan. Don't forget to close the door. Oh, Lorraine, what would I do without you? Lorraine is I don't know how long she's been watching. A little while. She's got probably an interesting story. She knows I tend to leave that cabinet door open. And to be honest, I mean, I don't know. Is it wrong to leave doors open in your own apartment? I mean, who's to judge? I'm the only judge. This is the laundry room. It was kind of bothering me that I left it open. Now, I've got two doors. I've got the door to my bedroom open, and I've got the door to my bathroom open. I almost think it'd be kind of funny to shut those. It'd be uninviting. You know what I mean? But I don't want to not trying to really invite anybody into my bedroom or my bathroom, but it seems, I don't think I need to shut those doors, I guess is what I'm saying. Let's see. Judge Ken Tracy. Taz is saying yes. And Francisco says Bruce Willis is in the house. There's somebody inside that room. I don't think there is anybody inside that room. I mean, I guess I haven't been in the laundry room yet today. But I didn't see anybody in there when I was just talking to you. Did you? I doubt you did. I don't think there's really anybody inside that room. Ah, wow. So good morning. Again, it's Thursday morning. Got up a little bit ago. I listened to music, kind of relaxing music as I sleep. I've got these little earbuds. By the way, I think I only paid $15 for them. That anybody that loses one of their Apple earbuds, I'm telling you, you can get them for 15 bucks. I bought them on Amazon. They came the next day. They come in a little black case that's very similar to the Apple case. And I almost went and got them and wanted to show them to you. The problem, because I've shown them to you before, is when I open up the case and bring them out and show them to you and how they go in the ear, the audio is Bluetooth somehow. What amazing technology we have. Bluetooth, the internet, Wi-Fi, the cloud. I don't know how it all happens, but somehow it works together. And so the audio is stolen from the phone and put through the earbuds. And I edit all these videos. And they become shorts and reels and TikToks. And it really screws up the sound quality. How do I earn money? Well, usually after the show, I get a can and put a couple quarters in it, and then go out on the street corner, make a sign that says, "Homeless, please help." Business has been really slow in Appleton, though, because there's just not a lot of foot traffic in the downtown compared to Naperville or like Chicago, a big city that I've lived in before, where it was very profitable to shake my coin. Although I maybe, and I've never actually really done that, but maybe with less traffic, the coin shaker may have more success, because you could almost guilt the people walking by, because it's just you and them on the street corner and you're looking them in the eye, versus like in Chicago, if you're doing that during rush hour, you got hordes of people coming by. Somebody, it'd be easy to avert the eyes from the panhandler and just keep walking hidden in the crowd. But on a much sparser populated street, I don't know. Do I have anyone editing videos for me? Yeah, I do. Did I get a couch, Tanya? Where have you been? Where have you been? Had a couch for weeks. It's quite nice. It's quite nice. I've had visitors. I've slept on this couch. It's really a futon, actually. It folds back. It's quite comfy. It's perfect. I mean, it's hard to say perfect. I think perfection is overrated. And there's no such thing. You guys are so far away, I might feel bad. I mean, it's kind of comfy, though. I might want to be able to cross my legs and kick back. So what if I brought you guys over here? What if I brought you over here? It feels kind of funny, but I don't think the lighting's as cool, but who the hell cares? I mean, I gotta watch this more than anybody, and if I don't care, I did too get a lamp. What do you mean, did I get a lamp? What do you think this is? This is a lamp. What you are looking at, folks, is a lamp. So do not believe anybody that says I did not get a lamp, even if it's JK. Primax said, okay, I was hoping we could work on something. Me editing videos for you, helping me build my portfolio. You mean the lighting like this is warm? Am I retired now, bro? You see me relaxing and streaming, chilled out all day. Well, I mean, you might see my videos relaxing, But you really don't see me streaming all day. You know, you only see me streaming in the morning, really. And it's possible a video could pop up during the day, but it doesn't mean it was a video that was shot at that moment. I could need more LED lights. Nah. I mean, I like my lighting right now. I like my lighting right now. I'm not going to turn on other lights. I have lights. They're mostly the overhead ones. Do you not believe me? Do you want to see what it looks like when they're turned on? Check this out, look. It's kind of, I'm very flexible doing it this way, sitting on my couch. I think we're going to go back to here. I kind of like the lamp in the backdrop, although you're looking up at me. I had to return a book the other day. I'd like to raise you guys up a little bit. That's really what the show is about, me lifting you up while I'm lifting up myself. JK says he is AI. I don't believe JK is AI. Unless they program AI these days to kind of have a, I mean, maybe, do they program AI people to have different personalities? Because JK kind of will engage with the audience and sort of mock them in a, you know, sort of way. I wonder. He asked, does anyone else still check out books from the library like me? Well, yes, I checked out 2. I checked out You Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins, and I checked out You Are Not Your Brain by some other authors. And again, I'm in Appleton, Wisconsin. The public library is this building right here. And it's a wonderful, wonderful library. And I think it shut for a while and was worked on, and they made it just beautiful. They must have spent a heck of a lot of money. The basement floor is this huge kid play area, and there's a ton of beautiful windows. And yeah, it's just a beautiful, beautiful library. And yeah, so I still check out books and enjoy it. JK's reading a great book about the Battle of Stalingrad in World War II. It's interesting, JK. I'm a bit of a World War II nut myself. Don't really read the books very often. I like the documentaries stuff. I'm more interested in the battle, the Eastern Front in World War II, the battle between Stalin and Hitler, and for some reason it seems more interesting than the battles the U.S. was involved in, like the Battle of the Bulge or what have you. Because yeah, I think that's really when, I mean, Hitler got, I mean, he was probably always nutty, but he got really nutty and seemed to want to take over the world. And you know, he'd just taken France. He couldn't just chill out and go, all right, I've got Paris. I really settled the score for what happened in World War I. But no, he decided to invade Russia. It's a big country. Yes, I am bald. No, it's not my birthday. But we have a great audience. We got 61 people watching. We got 11 thumbs up. And we're wondering if we should turn it to subscriber only. I'm gonna slide my chair a little closer, or not my chair, my table a little closer to me. gonna kick my feet up. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Can I read the comments from afar? I maybe can. Probably can. Looking for a good song. My father served in Normandy, Omaha Beach. Wow. Well, Fred, I am assuming your father's not still with us because that was in 1944. So that was a long time ago. So, but what do they say, like after death? I forget the word, posthumously or something. Posthumously thanking your father for his service. I just can't even imagine. I mean, I can't imagine having somebody shoot at me and me shoot at somebody. And, D-Day got a lot of well-deserved recognition, but they had to invade islands in the Pacific Ocean, frequently against well-defended and entrenched forces on these little boats going in the water. I mean, just riding the boats in the water sounds hellish. But then the thing opens down and you climb into the ocean and start marching towards the beach. None of that sounds good, but imagine it if there's machine gun fire coming at you. It doesn't sound good at all. Somebody's asking what type of art. I do not know. Let's see. Let's see. Somebody does need some coffee. It's a little challenging reading the words from back here. Your dad was there too, Julie? Your dad sounds like a really neat guy, Julie. Your son seems like a really neat guy too, Julie. What do they say? The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. I should get glasses. I have reading glasses. But, I mean, I am 4 feet away, probably, from my phone, reading small fonts that are flying by kind of quickly. Yeah. I'm 56. I'm fast approaching 57. I'm almost 60. I'm almost 60. I've probably said it every decade. The 20s, the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, the 60s. Each one everybody probably goes, holy crap, I'm getting old, as they hit that next barrier. But then they hit the barrier and they go, huh. So this is what 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 feels like. I still just feel like me. Maybe I need to turn it to subscriber only. Angela's 59. She's definitely almost 60. Well, you're fast approaching that, Angela. But the neat thing, and I've always found it, whenever you hit one of those barriers, you become the youngest in your age group. I don't go by millennials or Gen X's or Gen Y's, but although age is just a number, we often define ourselves by numbers. And made me think of the TV show 30-something. Julie, you might have been 30-something when 30-something was out. Do you remember the show 30-something? How many of you out there remember the show 30-something? To me, it felt like older, serious people with families and life issues. And, yeah, 30 something. Right now, it feels like 30 something's just a kid. Fred is approaching 66 and still working. Makes me kind of chuckle yesterday. Many of you know I'm new to Appleton. I'm twice divorced, and I was living in the suburbs of Chicago and trying to cling to a relationship that shouldn't have been clung to. Have 4 beautiful kids and a lot of financial responsibilities. I was kind of thinking about it this morning. For me, I think I put my priority, and maybe a lot of us do, but maybe it's an addictive personality or whatever. I'm good at putting my priority in one area. And I think for most of my life, I don't regret it or bemoan it or think it was misplaced. I think my priority was seeing my kids and making every parenting time and making every track meet or gymnastics meet or anything I could. But as a divorced guy, I think it's harder and harder to do. And as a twice divorced guy, I think it kind of borders on nearly impossible. And for me, I think my finances probably suffered. I may have stayed in real estate longer than I normally would have because I appreciated the flexible schedule that real estate offered. And I knew as a realtor I could schedule appointments around track meets or gymnastics meets or birthdays or whatever. And I think in the back of my mind, I knew if I had a traditional 9-to-5 job, plus I think I would suck at a 9-to-5 job. I don't want to sit there and at a desk and punch in and send emails. That doesn't feel like me. But anyway, I thought I'd miss so much. But anyway, my finances struggled. And decided to come up to Wisconsin a few months ago. Got a job, checked into a hotel, worked almost every day, found an apartment, which you see here, continued to work almost every day. About a month ago, I got another job. I'm telling you, it's hard getting another job while you still have the first job. Usually, I would think, one would switch. In a traditional 9-to-5 job, the 9-to-5 schedules would clearly overlap. You couldn't do both. But in this mysterious world of my jobs, I found a way. But oh, alas, my schedule was posted yesterday. And I was headed to the second day of 3 days in a row at job number 2. And I looked at my schedule for job number 1. And I'm working like 6 days after that. I work every day. I tell you what, if you work every day, you start making a decent amount of money, plus you don't spend any. Because you're always at work. If I'm not at work, I'm usually doing Coffee with Ken, which, by the way, I'd be tempted to describe as job number 1 or number 3 or wherever you want to put it. I mean, it makes the least revenue, but it has the most growth potential. So I'm wondering how long I can continue working full-time at job 1 and working a good chunk of the time at job 2 while still doing Coffee with Ken, aka job 3 or job 1. So I worry about these things because I don't want to get injured or sick or burnt out or die of a heart attack. I'm almost 57, which is almost 60. But I can't deny my finances are looking healthier. I posted my credit score on Facebook the other day. I thought it was nobody else would do that. And I know it's oversharing. I mean, Coffee with Ken is oversharing, and it's part of what it is. I think it's part of the point. I was struggling with depression and anxiety and mental health and all sorts of issues. And I said, what the heck? Let's stop hiding behind it and bring it out and shine a light on it. So I tend to overshare a little bit. And if anyone is out there, if you're young out there and you're wanting to improve your credit, it's probably, and I bring this up because my oldest daughter is 19 and she's going to be a sophomore in college and recently got her first credit card and wants to pay her bills on time and make sure her credit score is good and be fiscally responsible, more so than her dad, I know. But either way, I think if you get the app Credit Karma, it's probably not a bad idea for any of us. Kind of helps you think about your finances and work on your credit, and you also can do your taxes through it. I mean, I've really enjoyed my experience with it. But anyway, they sent me an email and it charts my credit over the last 3 months, and it's up, I don't know, almost 30%. You wouldn't think a credit score could rise 30% in 3 or 4 months, but it can. And I say that, and I posted it on Facebook to give hope to those with bad credit that in a few months' time you can I went from bad credit to credit worthy of buying a home in just a few months. Rainey says she doesn't have Facebook, only YouTube. I don't know Twitter or all those things. I'm so technically challenged and old-fashioned. Well, Rainey, you could get Facebook. It's super easy. I'm not saying you need to, but talked on the phone. You live in another country. I don't know what our phone bill will look like. Does anyone know how much it costs to make international phone calls? I mean, I know it used to be really expensive, but it's gotten cheaper. How did I get my credit up? Paying bills on time. I think most people with crappy credit pay their credit card payments late. First of all, they have credit card debt and they pay them late and they're drowning. I think if you take it one bite at a time and you commit to at least making your payments on time. And I also think, say your minimum payment on a credit card might be $39 or whatever. Try as you can to send 45 or 50. And try and get a little ahead and stop falling further behind. I think is key, probably in everything in life, but certainly helps with credit. I increased my income, which helped, and made paying the bills easier. I went from a hotel that was costing me about $1,500 a month to this apartment that cost me $1,100 a month, which gave me a little extra cash to make sure my bills were paid on time and to send slightly larger payments. Again, I'm often asked, I've made a lot of money before, so I'm fairly comfortable talking about not having money. What are my, are you worried about retirement or saving for the future? I got a car last November, and because my credit was kind of crappy and my income was spotty, I got a really high interest rate on it. And whenever I can, I send a little extra money to the car. I mean, every time it's going to sound ridiculous. My minimum payment that first month was like $441, and I sent $450. And I know $9 isn't much, but I think it's a good habit to get into, that if you have debt at a high interest rate, just pay a little extra And, you know, last month I sent them 600. So I was 150 more than what I needed to send. So that extra money goes right to paying down a high interest rate, and that's the best investment I can get. How many points did I get per month? I don't know what that means. How in the world did your credit jump that much in 2 months? That's awesome. I mean, part of it was probably from the work I'd done the previous couple months, but it wasn't 2 months. It was 4. I mean, I posted on Facebook. I mean, why? If I posted on Facebook, why not say it here? In February, it was 550. And the other day, it was 702. I'm guessing before February, I may have had, I probably was paying my credit cards on time in December and January, and I maybe had built up some momentum just paying my bills on time. But my credit score was below the 550, but it kind of got up to 550 by paying a few months in a row on time. It moves fairly quickly. I guess most people don't know it. They think if they have a bad credit score, they're stuck at that. You're not. You're not. Just start paying your bills on time, and it starts going up. And then you hit certain levels where, the credit, utilization score. Say you have $1,000 of credit card debt or whatever. If your credit card is maxed out all the time, the credit companies are going to see that and go, I don't want to lend this guy any money. He's using every bit of credit available to him. And so if the credit companies look at the same individual and they have a $100 balance on that $1,000 credit card, they're going, hey, this guy's not pushing the envelope, not stretching his finances too much. He's probably a safe bet to loan money to, so we'll loan it to him at a lower interest rate. How many credit cards do I have? 2. I mostly use my debit cards now. Again, I'm in a position where I'm working a lot. My expenses are cut. I don't have a social life. I don't go to the bars. I don't really eat out. I don't go on dates. My expenses are rent, car payment, child support times 2. Phone, gas, and whatever. But they're not too significant. Good morning, Mark. How are you? Rainey has never had a credit card. I think I might need some more coffee. What a glorious audience we have today. I love my show. You guys love my show. You tune in every day. We get to talk about the beaches of Normandy and your credit rating on one show. Who doesn't want that? It's so confusing when we have people hopping on going, what's this show about? Where's our conversation going to go? We talk about lamps, coffee. With my improved credits, can I refinance my auto loan to a better rate? Molly, that's a really good question. And I think. And I hate to say I'm smart enough because I'm the one that got myself in this financial trouble. I know the financial benefits of it, but I think I'm going to do a warning to those that do this. I think a lot of times when you refinance things, the tendency to get a lower payment is such that you might extend the terms of the loan again. And I'd be wary of doing that. Yeah, I could definitely, that would probably be a smart move. But a little bit for me, and this won't make sense, but it's just kind of the way that I think about it. The higher interest rate motivates me to crush that car payment quicker. And yes, if I had a lower interest rate, it would be easier to pay off that car loan. I know that. But for me, the way I think, going kind of developing some animosity towards the bill, if you will, makes me want to send it money, motivates me more to pay it off sooner. And I think there's almost a chance I could have it paid off by, and this is going to sound crazy, by the end of the year. Because I still owe 90+% of the original balance on it after 6 months. So I still have 90% of the principal to pay down. So realistically, I mean, I'd have to pay $3,000 a month for the rest of the year to have it paid off. And there's no way, I'm not going to get close to that. But who knows, in October, November, December, as my finances turn around and Coffee with Ken continues to grow, and who knows what's possible. How am I enjoying that new coffee? Lorraine, I really am. So much so that I'm gonna get myself another cup. Maybe it's okay to say I have to do something, like I have to go get myself another cup of coffee, when it's obviously a good thing. So I'm drinking the Black Rifle Hazelnut. And to quote my Scottish relatives, it's lovely. British people use the term lovely a lot, or at least the ones I knew. I wonder if Lorraine says lovely a lot. See, that's not a very pretty building. It's just the back of it. I wonder why they put no windows on the back of it. It's like an AT&T building. Looks kind of penitentiary-like. I used to work in downtown Chicago, and occasionally we'd travel by. There was a jail. It's probably a jail you didn't want to be in. I don't know if there's a jail you want to be in. And it had these little like slits for windows. Bet it was a really scary place to be inside of there. Mark says, the ladies judge what card you pay with. Well, Mark, I talked about it the other day. And this is going to sound weird, but I think it works. I do this show with very little regard to what you guys, my audience, wants. Yeah, I'm doing this show the way I want it. Whether Mark or Eat Rainey or even Julie, I'm not really doing it for them or for you. And with that in mind, I don't care what the ladies want, or what credit card I'm paying with, or I don't care what card makes women swoon at all. The next woman I have is gonna like me for me as I am and who I am. And I'm not gonna try and impress them with a fancy credit card or whatever. I mean, they might like my apartment, they might like the car I drive, but I'm going to buy the car and rent the apartment and use the credit card that I want with absolutely no regard for what a hypothetical woman wants. And I will bet that's the key to a good relationship, and the key to maintain, and a key to a good job, and a key to really everything in life. If you do you, you're going to keep it up. I think a lot of people put on airs when they start dating or try and impress the women or the boss by being out of character or creating a character that is the ideal mate or the ideal employee, but they can't maintain it. So you're going to be this superhuman on your first several dates, trying to wow the woman by holding the door open or paying all the bills or wearing that certain cologne. But if you don't like that cologne you're wearing, in 3 months you're going to go, all right, I've got the girl. I'm going to stop wearing the cologne. I'm going to stop holding open the car door. I'm going to stop paying all the bills or using that certain credit card or whatever. And reality's going to hit, and you're going to realize in that relationship that you weren't being you. She probably wasn't even being her. And then you're going to look at each other and going, do I even like this person? That's a scary realization. No, I don't doubt it, Mark. You said that's what your wife's friends say. We all have, but just think, okay, I'm dating a woman that is impressed with the credit card a man uses. Not only is impressed, because we all like certain things, and I get that, but to actually vocalize that they like a man that uses a certain type of credit card. You know what I mean? Good morning, Grace. How are you? The offer is still there, Grace. If you need to talk, I'm here for you. I'm here for you at least till early this afternoon. And then I will be at work. Grace says, in her relationships, you felt bad when he bought you a pair of flip-flops because you didn't think it was a good gift, or because you didn't want him spending money on you at all? You didn't like the flip-flops? And that's okay. But I just don't know why you felt bad. I'd like to know. No, because I didn't want him using his hard-working funds for it. Okay. In either way, it'd be okay. I mean, I don't own a pair of flip-flops, but I've certainly bought Birkenstocks for women before. I mean, several women, both daughters, both ex-wives, my mom. I think Birkenstocks are great gifts, so I thought maybe that's what you were saying. You just didn't want him spending any money on you. Well, okay. I'll tell you this, don't feel bad, because he probably felt good spending his money on you. And he felt loving and generous and kind and giving by giving you those flip-flops. So almost you feeling bad about it, I guess I'd encourage you to feel good about it and to be thankful and grateful, and try your best to put any feelings of guilt about the gift away, because he got all those warm, fuzzy feelings by giving you whatever gift he got you. Again, you're saying you didn't want him to go out of the way for you, but he cared enough to go out of the way for you. So I guess what I'm saying, it doesn't sound like you're a very good recipient of gifts. Yeah. Okay, Grace says she always feels like it's too much. And I get that, and there's a nice air to it, but if you so always feel like it's too much, if I'm giving you gifts and I feel like you feel bad about it and you always feel like it's too much, and I go, what the heck? This doesn't even feel good giving Grace gifts anymore because she's feeling so bad about it. And there's this awkward conversation every time about it. I'm just going to stop doing it. And I'm no longer going to have that good, warm, fuzzy feeling of being a gift giver. And you're not going to get the gifts. So that sounds like a lose-lose. Well, it's understandable a little bit that you feel undeserving. And I don't mean to overanalyze it. I appreciate you talking, but maybe that's something it's important for you to be aware of, that you feel undeserving. Yeah. And that's a good start for you. Well, Molly asked, what sort of gifts did I buy my wives? Molly, I'm a little concerned with you because some of the questions you asked, like, why would you ask, what sort of gifts did I buy my wives? I feel like even answering that question is opening me up to criticism or whatever. I just casually mentioned I bought Birkenstocks for both ex-wives. But if I wanted to go on, I almost am suspicious of you, Molly, because that doesn't seem like a normal question. Telly Two Putts feels like you're always giving your kids gifts. Hello, James Van Dam. How are you? Because if I'm thinking about gifts, buying, first of all, you use the word buying. And that's putting obviously a monetary value on it. And probably the best gift would be seeing some wildflowers and picking some, and I'm not saying I did this, but seeing some beautiful flowers in the field and pulling your car over and plucking a small bouquet and bringing it to your wife, I think would probably be an awesome gift. And I'm not saying I'm that romantic, but I'm saying gifts don't have to cost money. A gift could be, I don't know, breakfast in bed, or, doing the dishes, or cleaning the house, or mowing the lawn, or taking the kids to school, or giving the wife and or husband a break. We all talk about giving the wife a break. I think society, let's just call it out. I think society expects man to dote on woman, to give woman gifts, to almost buy a woman's affection, to give the woman a break, to be chivalrous, to the point that I think we forget that men feel too. And men like to be appreciated too. And not just made fun of. I think society as a whole makes fun of men. And I don't get it why. We never talk about what gifts, like I can't even imagine, what gifts do you give your husband? Even me asking that question. Do you know what I mean? Nobody would ask a woman, what gifts does he buy her husband? Stupid man, what does he need gifts for? You're the one staying at home with the kids. I really believe that's an issue with society. And I'm not saying women don't deserve it, but I'm saying we forget about men, that men have feelings too. There are women that go overboard buying gifts. Oh, I'm not saying there's not. But anyway, 7:05 in the morning. I'm on my second cup of hazelnut. We have a great audience today. We got 67 people watching. I hate when it downticks right as I'm picking the number. Well, Molly, that sounds like a great gift. A new Apple Watch and a golf bag you saw him eyeing. It's nice when you have a present that you know somebody wants. Is a great feeling. I think it's frustrating when you're shopping and you go, I don't know what I'm going to get this person. Yeah, that's a frustrating feeling. But it's nice when you have a good one, like you mentioned, buying a golf bag that your husband wanted. And that's a nice feeling, and it's an exciting feeling to have something picked out that they're really going to like. Pepsi with Ken? I don't understand. Well, Chip, why are you waiting for your coffee pot to fill up now? It's almost 8 o'clock. The new job is very good. The new job is very good. Still learning. Got home last night at about 11 o'clock. Working again there today. Thankful for the work. I must say I'm having a little struggle being thankful for the work that I have at the first job the next 5 or 6 days. But will improve me in a bunch of ways. It'll keep me busy. And I'm a little fortunate to be up here in Wisconsin and not really have a social life or have my social life be work. Yeah. It's overcast out there. Looks like it's going to be a cooler day today. It was so warm this weekend. One nice thing about working all weekend was I was in an air-conditioned place the whole day. Somebody says my background looks different. If not having a social life is good, then you are winning in life. What does that mean? If not having a social life means you're winning, maybe so, but not like missing out. I don't lament my lack of social life. I feel good about it. Um, I don't know what my AC bill is monthly. But I say it not lamenting my lack of social life, Angela. I kind of laugh at it almost. I think it's kind of funny and it kind of works out okay. I'm a guy that needed to improve himself financially. Uh, and maybe if you're really, a traditional social life, like watching games with your friends or, I don't know, even going on dates can be certainly a distraction from improving yourself financially. But when the time's right, I'll do whatever. I don't even know. I was talking to some people. There's a huge music fest in Appleton every year called the Mile of Music. And I think it happens the first weekend in August. And I was asking some coworkers if it was a fun event to go to. And I wasn't sure they had even gone. Some of them said they were going to be working. Mark says you'd like to take your wife to the Mile of Music, so you're familiar with it. Yeah. I'm sure I will, Julie. I think it happens all around here. Um, yeah, I think it happens all around here. I think the whole neighborhood is taken up with Mile of Music. It'll be interesting going to a big fest in the summer, a music fest. Because to me, going to huge fests in the summer is usually a lot about drinking. And I mean, a little bit walking around in crowds in the heat without a cold beer would feel. I'm sure I could do it, but I'd almost feel like out of place. Have I seen The Chosen? No, I haven't. Lori wants to know, where am I located? I am in Appleton, Wisconsin. This is Coffee with Ken. This is a show I do every morning. Welcome aboard, Lori. I appreciate you being here. I do have Prime, and no, I haven't seen The Chosen. Is it like a spiritual one? Probably is. Heard it. Lorraine said, you'll be shocked to know that there's a lot of people that don't have much of a social life. I almost feel the need for a social life is a somewhat sign of insecurity. And I think for me, I used to need to have people around all the time because I'd have an active mind and I'd be thinking all these thoughts. And if I was almost scared to go for a drive because my mind would run wild. I've gotten better at slowing down my mind and not being afraid of being alone. Mobsidian said, all your friends left the country after COVID. Mobsidian, where do you live? What country are you in? You're alone since, except for your wife. You live in China? Are you Chinese? Would I ever want to? Oh, you're English, okay. Grace, I will, is it a movie, The Chosen? Or is it like a series? Sorry, I read Mark Barris's comment or question. I don't understand, Mark. I don't know, Mark, if I would ever organize with my coworkers an outing for miniature golf. I don't know. I don't know. I think what I used to do socially with coworkers is we'd go out for a drink after work. And again, as a non-drinker, I don't know, it feels kind of funny. I mean, not funny bad, but just kind of that's what I did. We'd go out for drinks after work. Molly said, is the Mile of Music to promote local bands, or do they have well-known headliners like Summerfest in Milwaukee? I don't think they have very well-known headliners, but they probably have like Wisconsin popular groups. I'm not totally sure. I've never been. Maybe if Julie's still watching, she could answer that question. I don't think they're well-known headliners. Like Summerfest in Milwaukee's a really big show with really big bands. I think there's really great music here, but I'm guessing it's more local Wisconsin area music. Perhaps musicians from all over. I know there's musicians. I've met musicians that have played at Mile of Music that have come from all over. But they're not well-known acts or anything like that. Oliver seemed to be asking if alcoholism exists. I don't understand that question out of the blue, Oliver. Nuchu saw The Chosen in the theater. They played the series shows back to back. It was a great way to binge. Wow. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm selective about my time. Well, Oliver, okay, let me ask you. You just said you've seen videos of me saying it doesn't. So why are you asking the question? It seems almost, Oliver, that you want to argue. You've seen videos of me saying that I don't believe in alcoholism. And you come on and you ask me if I believe in alcoholism. Do you understand what I'm saying? Well, Oliver, you've seen my videos. You know how I feel. Grace, I'm saying it's people that want to drink. I think we all have the power of choice in our lives. I think certain people make bad decisions and bad choices. And I think we either choose to drink or we don't. And I think alcoholism is a victim's mindset that gives us an excuse to keep drinking. And the only way to stop is making a mature decision and taking control of your life and saying, I don't want to drink alcohol anymore. Those are my thoughts. Could I be more clear? Mm, mm, mm. Kind of feels like Oliver just got on here to argue. Does anyone else feel that? Well, Grace, then we totally disagree. Mm. Hello, JV Joe. How are you? Why do I disagree, Ken? What does that mean? You don't think Oliver wants to argue? He called me Shaky McGee. He called me Shaky McGee. You don't think he wants to argue? And a guy named Mike Hunt is agreeing with Oliver. Yeah, he probably does. Big Mayo, go get some more coffee. Mm. There we go. There we go. You know, you don't have to be nice, but you just don't have to be mean. And a guy's insulting me. What high school was I in? Lorraine, do I think sugar addiction is a disease? No. No. Sugar addiction is not a disease. Marijuana addiction is not a disease. Nobody calls it it. Nobody calls it it. Thank you, Julie. Yeah, I'm telling you. JJ says, no, I'm sugar addicted. Okay, does that mean you have a disease, JJ? No. Yeah, no, Lorraine, you're with me, I guess. It put in a public debate forum, would I contest addictions to scientists? I don't need to be in a debate forum. If there's anybody, okay, if you're an addiction scientist, you make money selling addiction stuff. If you're addicted, you're screwed. You have no choice. Mobsidian, you do have the power. You are empowered. Alcohol doesn't control any of us. It doesn't. You either drink it or you don't. Stop blaming the alcohol. Guys, I'm on Facebook groups and they act like, well, what am I supposed to do? I drive home from work and I drive by 2 liquor stores. Don't pull into the liquor store. It's ridiculous. Put herself in, I don't care. My daughter wants to put herself in an alcohol addiction group. She can do whatever she wants. Yeah. I'd talk to her and say, hey, honey, you have a choice. Make better choices. Fred says the government put a stop on people buying sodas on food stamps. They will have to start a recovery place for all the people on food stamps. Somebody says, I think the label of disease can be used as a crutch that is unhealthy for some people. But when studying mental health, that's how it's classified. It's tough to quit. I don't doubt that, JV Joe. Yeah. You know, if you want to hang out with people in a group for whatever, go for it. If I don't think alcohol or pot are addictive and can control your life, then what are my issues against them? I didn't say they're not addictive. I said, so is sugar, so is suntanning, so is shopping, so is sex, so is gambling. We don't call those diseases. We don't call those diseases. We only call it with alcohol because somebody is trying to sell you a cure to the disease. What about coffee and what is addiction? You guys want to go down this? I'll sit here. What's addiction? Am I addicted to sugar? Sure, but I can also stop. Was I addicted to alcohol? Yes, but I could stop. Was I addicted to weed? Yes, but I could stop. You know how I could stop? Because I didn't fall behind the excuse that I have a disease. If you want to be a victim all your life and say you have a disease to alcohol, then you're screwed. Then just keep drinking. Just keep drinking. You know what a disease is? Cirrhosis of the liver, and that's what's going to happen to your liver if you keep saying you have a disease. I think calling it a disease is doing such a disservice and giving everyone an excuse to keep drinking. I feel strong about it. I think the whole cure to stopping is stop making excuses and just stopping. Why don't we call gambling or sex or shopping or sugar addictions diseases? We don't. We don't. Matter of fact, I've never even heard heroin being referred to as a disease. Do we call it a disease? Heroin? I don't think we do. Society has said it's okay to drink alcohol, so we do. And then society also calls it a disease. No, Grace, I put you in a timeout. Julie didn't put you in a timeout. Yes, I'm not saying people don't have strong urges to do those things, but okay, you people. Why do we only call alcoholism a disease? Why don't we call heroin a disease, or cocaine, or shopping, or sex, or gambling, or sugar? No, Grace, she didn't put you in a timeout. I put you in a timeout, Grace, and I'll do it again. You've heard hard drug addiction called a disease many times. Really, Molly, what's it called? What is it called? What is the disease called for hard drug addiction, Molly? Molly said she heard hard drug addiction called a disease many times. I'm asking, what's the name of that disease? What's the name of that disease? It doesn't have a name because it's not called a disease, and we all know it. And I think I'm just opening your eyes. Substance use disorder. Addiction is the name. Oh, no, it's not. It's alcoholism. It's alcoholism. Substance use disorder. So coffee is a substance use disorder? You guys know I'm right. I'm just upsetting you because you know I'm right. Too many focus on the label and not on accountability. Exactly. Molly said, I asked, what? It's called substance use disorder? Is it a disorder or is it a disease? There, okay, let's go further. All right, now you're calling heroin addiction, you're calling it a substance use disorder. Is it a disorder or is it a disease? Right? You changed it. Now you're calling it a disorder. Guys, you're wrong. You know you're wrong. You're just afraid to face it. It's called not taking responsibility for your actions, yeah. Yeah, don't. I asked the name of the disease, and you guys said it's substance use disorder. Philosophy wants to know, can someone explain what makes an addiction a disease? Would I ever take my findings to the United Nations? I don't need to. They can watch my show. Why does it need a name? I don't know. It has a name in alcohol. Because we give the world an excuse to keep drinking because we make drinking socially acceptable. And the scientists, don't tell me they aren't selling you rehab clinics and drugs and various other ways to stop drinking. Well, hello, society, we make it totally socially acceptable. Angela Davis, yeah, is overeating a disease? What is really an addiction? What is somebody Google it. Tell me what the word for addiction, what it means to be. Overeating is a disorder. Okay. Overeating is a disorder. Heroin is a disorder. Cocaine is a disorder. Gambling, sugar, all disorders. But why is alcoholism a disease? Chapter Chaser brings up my kids again. From alcohol addiction. It is heartbreaking to watch. Of course it is, Chapter Chaser. I was doing it. I was sitting on my couch with a Heineken every day. I'm sure it wasn't pretty. So was I addicted? I don't know, but I could stop. You can't stop if it's a disease. Why label anything? Thank you. Own up to what you're doing. You want to drink alcohol. 8:55, I got news for you. Your kids wanted to drink alcohol. Your kid that you broke your heart chose to drink alcohol and chose drinking alcohol. It doesn't make it a disease. You might feel a little better because you label it a disease, but it doesn't make it a disease. You're giving them an excuse to keep drinking. If they would have owned it and said, hey, I want to drink, Mom or Dad. Just because it's heartbreaking doesn't make it a disease. You didn't choose to be addicted, but you choose to drink, to snort, to shoot up, to eat, to gamble, to have sex. Is depression a disease? I don't know. I know alcoholism isn't. Frank asked something about Grace. Okay, let's read Grace. I've been here consistently and I've been very kind each day. I kind of realize that viewers don't matter now, especially dedicated ones. So I'll see myself out. Grace, don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. I'll be okay. Yeah. Rady says depression is a disorder, not a disease. So I can tell someone to stop being depressed? I think you need to choose to not be depressed. I think you need to not want to be depressed. I think some people probably want to be depressed. They don't know it, but it's their go-to reaction to certain things. Well, Mark, if she wants to go, she can go. Somebody said, don't treat the ladies that way. What way? She said she wanted to go. I said, don't let the door hit you in the ass. Somebody's saying depression is 100% a disease. Maybe, I don't know, but that's a different subject. I mean, that's a totally different subject. I don't know. And we can probe whether depression is a disease. I'm not sure that it is. I'm sure it's real. I'm sure it's painful. I know it hurts. I was depressed most of my life. Mark Ferris, I'm not going to get, if anyone wants to watch, I think you guys know. I think you guys know. P-Dog called me a dry drunk. You know what that term means? Where that term comes from? It's an insult people in AA say about people that don't go to AA, that aren't part of their club. I was just called a dry drunk. And again, I'll say what that is an insult people in AA use for people that aren't a part of their club. Think about that. The people in AA have terms, derogatory terms, for people that don't join their club. I'm bitter. You can tell I'm a dry drunk. You're the one insulting me. Yeah, I quit drinking without help. I mean, what do you mean help? Missy Erickson put a dry drunk. Yeah, it's a derogatory term. You can call it, say what it refers, but it's a derogatory term for people that aren't in AA. No worry. Beach sand in my hair. I don't really like beach sand. I think it's been a great show. It's been an important show. I'm gonna go get some more coffee. Oh. I need to put down THC, Angela. Well, do you really want to? Angela, do you really want to put down THC? Do you really want to put down THC? Not really. Then, okay, that's cool. That's cool. then no wonder you're not, because you don't even want to. But that doesn't make it a disease. You know what I'm saying? You at least admitted, I appreciate that, Angela. You admitted that you don't even want to stop smoking weed. All right. But at least you took responsibility, so when you get high today, you got nobody to, you don't even have to blame yourself, but you can't blame a disease for it. Right? I think labeling it a disease kills more people than DUIs do, than drunk driving. I think in time, it might be past our lives, I think we're going to stop labeling it a disease, and people are going to own up to it and stop drinking. Christian said, I'd rather smoke weed than drink. Okay, Christian, that's an interesting thing. And I used to smoke every day. I used to drink every day. And I think just because it's better than alcohol doesn't make it good. You know? Yeah, I agree. Weed's better than alcohol, but both of them consume my life. Would I still take Grace's call if she called for a shoulder to cry on? Sure. But I'm not. If she got offended and said she's going to leave, see you later. This isn't Grace's show. It's not Grace's show. Let's see. The problem with THC is it's so strong nowadays. Makes you lazy. I wonder about that. I wonder if weed is really stronger than it was in the 60s and 70s. I'm not sure I believe that either, because I could smoke all day and not get any higher. Well, Missy, then you don't have to call this a show. Are you talking to me, P-Dog? Nice to meet you, Kristen. Grace was a frequent watcher, and she got offended because not Julie, I muted her. And she got offended by that and said she was going to not watch my show anymore. And I told her not to let the door hit her in the ass on the way out. Okay, Molly says she smokes the same amount of pot now that you did in junior high. You still get the same high. Molly, I bet you could smoke all day, every day. I know I could and not get any higher. P-Dog's saying yes. Okay, so hold on, P-Dog. Did I get any help? No. No. I did not get any help stopping drinking or smoking weed. And it's been coming up, it'll be 4 years in October. Molly says you think she was more offended by my position on addiction. Either way, she said she was gonna not watch my show anymore. Thank you. I woke up in the middle of the night. I was separated from my second ex-wife soon to be second ex-wife, sleeping on an air mattress, feeling the darkest of thoughts, and realizing I had two consistencies in my life. It was drinking. Well, I mean, I had a few consistencies, but realizing I was drinking every day and I was depressed as hell. And I said, let's just try it tomorrow without drinking. And that was almost 4 years ago. Yeah, Molly, I think she was more offended by my position on addiction too. I don't think it was because I muted her. I think she was angry because she didn't like my position. So Molly, I appreciate you saying that. She wasn't angry that I muted her. She was angry that I didn't call alcoholism a disease. And she'll either get over that or won't. So has anything positive happened in those 4 years? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Way to go, Kirsten. So many positive things. If you don't see positive things happening in my life, you're not looking for them. You don't need to look for them, but I can't tell you, I'm in amazing shape. I'm financially stable. Have a growing Coffee with Ken show. I have money in the bank. I can pay my bills. I have a beautiful apartment. Yeah, so many great things have happened. Kristen, way to go. I never said. Missy Erickson, I'm guessing you're a troll. I'm guessing Missy Erickson's a troll. Somebody click on Missy Erickson and see how long her account's been around. She just said I was estranged from my children. Has anybody ever heard me say I was estranged from my children? No, I haven't. So Missy, 98% chance. See, now Jerry's going, because she said it. Yeah. So Missy Erickson, I guarantee, is a troll who spends her days hanging out on hate pages about me, gossiping. I've never said I was estranged from my children. I've got all my, when you have, see, there you go. When have you, now you're arguing. Now you're arguing. I've got all my videos on tape. Search them all. Find somewhere where it says I'm estranged from my children. Okay, now Missy Erickson's going, hi, I'm a troll. How did sex addiction manifest myself in my relationship? It was my relationship. Yeah, it was my relationship. It was all we had. All right, Jerry's being rude. So Jerry, you're not welcome here anymore. You were just being rude to somebody. And Missy is rude and a troll. So she's not welcome here anymore either. But Ken, I'm sure you engage people around you, letting them know my motivation to quit. Hopefully they helped you. I don't think anyone can help you, Nuchu. I don't think anybody, I can help people, but you got to just say, let's see. Yeah. Okay, and I'm going to talk about it more, and I shouldn't talk about it more because I have people on hate pages saying my daughters came up last weekend, and they're saying they didn't. It's just so weird. It's just so weird. There was a rumor floating around on these troll pages about me that a judge made me stop drinking and smoking weed. It's so not true. But it's so weird that I have hate pages. I must be awesome and really important because I've got people creating hate pages about me. Well, thank you. Someone said that. Angela said, I've never heard me saying that. We can honestly help each other if we want. Oh, come on. How often do I see my kids? Honestly, P-Dog, it's really not your business. Mark had hate pages contact you. Yeah. I don't see my kids as often as I'd like. Big Mayo, thank you for joining. I'm hiding something? What's your social security number, P-Dog? Kirsten says she learned the better we are doing, the more we are going to be attacked. So keep up the fantastic work. I'm making a difference. I know I am. I'm hiding something about my past? Well, first of all, I am hiding less than any of you. I hide so nothing. Just because I don't talk much about going to the bathroom doesn't mean I don't go to the bathroom. It doesn't mean I'm hiding anything. It's so weird. It seems like you're fake. I'm really not being mean. Well, you just called me fake. That's not being nice. Yeah, I'm hiding something. What am I hiding? Who's hiding? I'm not hiding. I'm here in front of you. If anybody's hiding something, it ain't me. Well, no, seriously, people say, oh, you're lying or you're hiding because I don't talk about going poo. It doesn't mean I'm lying or hiding. I just don't talk about going poo. Yeah, I mean, seriously, somebody's saying I'm hiding something. I'm the least hidden person in the world. I mean, maybe that's not true, but I'm certainly, most of you are hiding a hell of a lot more than me. You know? Yeah. Angela said your mama turned 81 years old a couple days ago. I'm kind of having fun this morning. I'm going to do something. Hang out here. I can charge my phone. I don't want to worry about it running out of charge. Let's do that. Let's try that. There, now my phone is charging. Now I don't have to worry about it. Janet says, I think it's brave to talk openly. Well, thank you, Janet. Do I get to work today? I certainly do, Angela. You don't even have to ask me for the next week. I get to work every day. Hello, Deborah. Thank you for joining. Kristen wants to know if P-Dog is this inquisitive. Yes. I found it a little strange about P-Dog, too. He questioned my sobriety, and then he thought, because I didn't want to tell him how often I see my kids, that I was hiding something. You know? That I was hiding something about my past. How do I deal with the false rumors and hate? I don't even really, I think it's kind of funny. Honestly, it inspires me. Yesterday morning, I woke up kind of feeling crappy, and I opened, I think, TikTok, and I had about 4 comments saying, I don't know, that a judge made me stop drinking. But Judge, it's a disease. It's a disease. You can't make me stop drinking. I have a disease. G-I-K. Let's see. Wow, we've had a great audience today. That's your personal business, especially, yeah, I know. If I want to talk about how often I see my kids, I will. I mean, I don't see them as often as I'd like. There's no doubt about that. Have I ever done any public exhibitionism? No. I mean, I don't even know what you mean. Have I ever done any public exhibitionism? Like streaking or something? All right, well, P-Dog is clearly not here for any good intention. He just called me very defensive. The man that said I was hiding something just called me defensive. Don't worry about him anymore, Duchess of Petty. He's been removed. You know, it's amazing how undefensive I am. How often I get attacked and lied about, and how I take it with amazing grace, if I may say. I mean, people are trying to steal the pride I have in sobriety by making up totally non-true things. They're trying to call me all sorts of things. Let's see. I think P-Dog is having issues or require more help than you can provide. I think that's true for a lot of the people that are trolls on my page. They must be really struggling with something and can't stand to see me smiling. Hello, Amelia. How are you? Peace. No. Somebody just asked. And about 3 months ago, after I first moved in, I'd go and wash my hands in the sink, and I could always smell weed over there. I bet you whoever was smoking weed, whose pipes were connected to my bathroom pipes, must have moved out of the building, because my bathroom sink no longer smells of weed. I have a dimple. It's funny, my mom used to say that. I don't know how rare dimples are. Where am I from? I'm from Wisconsin, United States. But it's Thursday morning. You live in an apartment and your bathroom always smells strongly like weed smoke. Management does nothing. Uh, I guess I never asked. I mean, I kind of like, I kind of like the smell of weed. So it didn't bother me. I just found it strange every time I'd go to wash my hands. And no, it doesn't mean I'm hiding anything because I'm not being explicit as to why I'm in the bathroom washing my hands. It doesn't mean I'm hiding something. It just means I choose not to talk about certain things. So anyway, I kind of found it pleasant, the smell of weed that would come from my sink, but it's gone now. I mean, I didn't find it pleasant. I mean, I kind of like the smell of weed, but I found it peculiar. Somebody said it's projecting. Yeah, it's amazing how many people, like P-Dog called me defensive because I didn't want to talk about answer every question he had about my sobriety and about my children and about other things. Molly said, if it's the bathroom, it's probably coming from a shared exhaust fan. Yeah, no, that's what I figured. But again, I thought it was kind of funny because I kind of like the smell of weed, and my bathroom sink smelled of weed. Yeah, Washington. Thank you, and you're right. I just keep praying. Kristen, I don't know why you think all might be lost. I missed it. If there were an alcohol addiction information tent at Mile of Music, would I publicly control them and confront them? Mark, why do you always talk about confronting people? I don't confront anybody. I'm not out campaigning against anybody. This is my show. I'm going to talk about whatever the hell I want. But I'm not going to AA meetings and carrying a sign and saying AA sucks because they say dry drunk. And we know that's a derogatory term for people who aren't part of their club. Okay. Well, that's nice of you. Well, thank you, Amelia. Molly loves the smell of weed and the taste of the first. Oh, yeah. No, you're right about that, Molly. Seriously, I'm like Pavlov's dog. I started watering in the mouth. If weed didn't work, I might smoke it just for the taste. You're saying Mark is a troll. You can almost tell. Well, somebody click on Mark Ferris and see when his account was created. I can't do it from here, but if you clicked on his account and his account was created within the last month, he's definitely a troll. So somebody go look up Mark Ferris for me while he's here and see how long he's had a YouTube account. Well, somebody's vouching for Mark named Tiger Weiger. Has somebody clicked on Mark Ferris to see how long his account's been around? Chip, how long has Mark Ferris's account been around? Molly says they sell pot with no THC that doesn't get you high, but has the curative. Paying for something that doesn't get you high. 2 months. Okay, so he was just a troll. Thank you, Chip. He was just a troll. I always kind of thought so. Because he'd always ask if I'd confront or battle and he'd kind of ask the same question a million times, like I'm attacking people. Thank you, Chip. I appreciate that. He's been around for about 2 months, so he created his account to ask me weird stuff. And he said, that's just the way I talk. And I go, nobody talks like that, Mark. I have paid. You're right, Molly. I have paid for zero alcohol beer. That's interesting. Well, yeah, it might have me committed. I might go buy zero THC weed. That's so interesting. Yeah, Mark said he's been around for years. Yeah, no, I figured he had, and I'd always kind of gone, huh. It's interesting because these trolls are kind of creative. They actually develop fake personalities to, yeah, I don't know, to get me talking. A lot of them help with my content because they ask interesting questions and there'll be weird things. Yeah. Wow, we've talked for over 2 hours today. We have 80 viewers. We have 64 thumbs up. We've got Chip here. I don't know what Mopork said, but Angela didn't like what he said, and Chip hammered it. Yeah, most of Taylor Swift's hit songs were inspired by trolls. It's funny. I've told you about this before. My daughter Erin, we were out to dinner, and she goes, "Dad, you got haters. You're not worth hating. Your dad once told you you're not an alcoholic. I just have control issues. Just a lesson to do your research, people." Kristen, I would surely engage with a crowd of people that say they're alcoholics and saying, even if you are an alcoholic, let's say I'm wrong and alcoholism's a disease and people are alcoholics and can't control themselves, what value is it in labeling yourself an alcoholic? What good does it do to label yourself an alcoholic or say you have a disease? There is no value. It gives you an excuse. It may prevent people from judging you, but it just gives you an excuse to keep drinking. Molly said, "I'd want my daughter to at least think I'm popular enough to rate haters." No, because Taylor Swift rates. I don't rate haters. I live in a 1-bedroom apartment in Appleton, Wisconsin. I don't think I rate haters. It amazes me that anybody cares enough about me to hate me, to spread gossip about me and to rumor about me and create hate pages about me. Can somebody look on Tiger Weiger and see how long Tiger Weiger has been around? Let me guess. They've been around for a day. How often do I read the troll pages? Never. Absolutely never. I mean, it's been years, I think. But the troll pages drip on me. And see, there you go. Tiger Weiger said, well, that's a lie. How is it a lie? There it goes. Okay. How long had Tiger Weiger, who was vouching for Mark, been on? They said something I just said was a lie. Because I said I don't go on the troll pages. I don't. Just imagine that person created an account on YouTube today, and they know it, and you guys are watching, right? You just saw that. Somebody cares enough about me to A, be on a troll page to say mean things about me, and B, to create a fake account to get on and call me a liar about something. It's amazing that I'm that impactful. It really is. Well, Angela is throwing a huge curve to the conversation. I won't even go down that. I just stumbled in here scrolling through lives and stuck around. I didn't even know that there were hate pages. That means you're actually made it. People care enough to make hate pages. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I know. Molly said, I think by referring to specifics on the troll pages, it gives them the impression that I read them. Well, they also come to my real pages and make those same comments. Like I said, I woke up the other day feeling down and tired and like doubting myself and worrying. And I went on to my TikTok page, and there was like 4 comments saying the judge made me quit drinking alcohol and smoking weed, and that they'd seen court papers that said it. It's totally untrue, but they bring those comments to my real pages. Somebody came back after a war between your country and my country. I don't know what you mean. Wow, we've talked for 127 minutes. I wonder if I picked up any new subscribers today. I probably have, but they were like Tiger Weiger and Mark Ferris. I appreciate that, Chip, you doing that research. Oh, you're from Iran. Hello. Proof or it didn't happen. I hate trolls. Yeah, Lorraine, I appreciate you. Harriet, I wonder how long Harriet's been around. My page, you just watch and you'll find out what my page is about. It's just me talking. Hello there, Raptors. Yeah, somebody from Iran just hopped on. Nobody, by the way, person from Iran, I forget your name. Nobody in the United States, I mean, there's some people probably that hate you because you're from Iran, but I'll promise you, if anybody from Iran that might be watching, know that I have zero ill will towards you or your country. I mean, I might be a little suspicious of your government, but honestly, I'm probably a little suspicious of my government too. So yeah. Somebody from Morocco. I think Morocco might be a cool country to go to. Oh. Peace between peoples, yeah. Somebody says they're Muslim, and that's cool. I have no issue with anybody's faith or lack of faith. Let's see. What was the biggest hurdle you faced when turning my life around? I mean, I have 2 answers. I think, first of all, realizing I deserved to get it. I deserved to turn my life around. And I think once you realize, somebody said earlier that they're struggling with something. I forget what it was even. But I think realizing that you are worth it. You are worth working on yourself. You are worth improving yourself. You are worth loving yourself and forgiving yourself. And I think once you do that, the crap that's in your life, alcohol, weed, bad relationships, negative self-talk kind of falls away. With the people of Iran, they're as caught up in this unwanted war as we are in the U.S. It's interesting, the whole, I mean, I don't want to bring up the bombing of the nuclear sites. Somebody can talk Arabic. I cannot speak Arabic. You're 18 years old, so you have a lot to learn. We all have a lot to learn. And what's cool about being 18 is you have 60, 70 years ahead of you to get better every day. And I mean, you probably won't because you're 18, so pardon me, but you're probably young and dumb because we all were. But if you wanted to and you started dedicating to getting better every day and you did it at a very young age, I think we all worry about our finances so much and we start saving. And I'm not saying it's a bad idea, but I'm saying if we would put the thought into self-improvement that we do into saving for retirement, if you started investing in yourself like we are taught to invest in an IRA or what have you, if we started investing in ourselves at a young age, you'd be amazed at how great you could be when you're 50. If you started when you're 18 and started, work on your health and your spirituality and your mental health, you'd be a lot better. Boom, boom. Do I live in a penthouse, condominium, or mobile home? Well, you must be able to tell that I don't live in a mobile home. I mean, a penthouse. I guess it's a penthouse. I'm on the 3rd floor, and it's the top. But anyway. Do you think it's morally right for a country that does have nuclear weapons to insist another country not be allowed to? Morally right? I don't know about morally right, but I do understand it. Yeah, I do understand it. Do I know Krishna, the Hindu god? I've heard of Krishna. But anyway, we're bringing in a whole new line of people. What time is it there? It's probably time for me to go and eat some fruit. Lorraine, thank you for hopping on. Thank you for hopping on. But anyway, it is Thursday morning. We have had a great show today. And I appreciate you guys for hopping on today and sharing a cup of coffee with me and sharing a little bit of your morning with me. And again, I just want to thank you for joining me today and hope your week's going real well. And hope you had a great night's sleep and that you are feeling good and that you are loving yourself and you are forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.